Everybody, my name is John Dayton. I am a keeper of a lot of different kinds of animals, but over the past couple of years I got involved with snakes. My first snake was a California king snake. He's hiding in his bedding back here somewhere. And as you can see, he lives in a regular tank, which works out cool for him. And then I've had him for about 2 years, and then I guess somewhere about a year ago, I got my first ball python. He is a normal pattern, living in this plastic tub. And really the idea of this video today is to talk about how to set those up. You see a lot of conflicting information as to what's better. Set up in a tank, an aquarium, like I've got Beetlejuice here, or setting up in a tub, like I have for Vincent. And really it depends on the type of snake. King snakes, not too particular, other than keeping a decent temperature for them. They can live in most kinds of beddings. I have the aspen bedding for him, and the fake plastic plant and a log, and a hide for him. So pretty simple, and a water bowl. But with the ball pythons, you get a couple more things that are critical in keeping them healthy. And I kind of learned the hard way by starting with Vincent in a tank. I had him in a 40-gallon tank. He was about the right size for it. It might have been a little big for him, but I had switched from paper towels on there as his substrate to actually switching to bark. But with the issues in a fish tank that you can run into for the ball pythons is keeping the proper humidity. You've already got to worry about their temperatures, keeping their warm side up to about 90 degrees, between the high 80s and low 90s, and keeping the cool side for them between 75, 80 degrees on the opposite side of the tank. And then keeping a humidity between 55 and 60%. I was having a heck of a time in this 40-gallon tank. I even tried to cover up part of the top. And you can see in the picture, I've got the heat pad in there too. Well, I kind of just switched all that out because one day I came home, and I guess I just hadn't been looking at him enough, but he had a belly rot from about midway down, almost down to the end of his tail. And I guess between trying to keep the tank humid, I was getting too much moisture in the bark, and snakes are going to the bathroom in that bark and you don't necessarily see it. It all just kind of filters into the bark itself, and your snake's laying in that, and I think that and the fact that he wasn't shedding very well because I couldn't keep the humidity right, he developed some serious belly rot. So I joined a Facebook page, and I'm going to forget the name, and
Ball python lovers?
Ball python lovers, thank you. We've shot this video a couple times, so I forgot. But ball python lovers. So I joined that page, and they helped me out. One of the first things they recommended was switch them to a tub. So I immediately went out, bought a tub, switched back to paper towels, switched my heat source. It's controlled by a thermostat. He's been shedding normally now. I can keep the humidity right. His temperatures are good. And he's almost completely healed. He'll probably have a little bit of a scar, but everything so far is going really well with him in this. So one thing I noticed on the Facebook page is a lot of people ask why? Why is one better than the other? Well, I'm not really going to get into the argument, but I'm just kind of taking this from the point of I had to switch for the health of my animal. So we see a lot of questions get posted on the Facebook page about, well, all right, well, how do you, if we're not doing a tank, how do we set up a tub? Because when you go to, say, PetSmart or something like that to buy your snake, they're going to have tanks, and they're going to have bark, and they're going to have the heat pads, and they're not going to sell you a thermostat or anything like that. So they're kind of giving you a lot of stuff that you could spend easily $200 or so for, when you can set up a decent tub setting for $30, $40. So I thought, always wanting to be Mr. Helper, we'd show sort of a real quick video, not quick video altogether, but quick how to set up a tub. These tubs are basically available at any department store. It's back to school time now. So you can pick these up at Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond. They're going to come in different sizes. Ideally, depending on the size of the snake, knowing your snake's going to grow, you want to pick something appropriate. If you have a baby, this one's a 63 quart because the snake I'm getting for this one is a ball python and a pastel. He's about full grown. So this is one of the biggest that you can get like this. But if you had a baby, you could easily start with something half this size. But you can pick these up, again, at any store. They run anywhere from $7 to, this one might have been $12. If you catch some of the, like Sam's Club or something like that, they will sell packs of 4 for that amount of money. I spent a little bit extra because I like these latches on the end. The one Vincent is in, he's got latches. We don't want our scale babies. I just came up with it. We don't want our scale babies getting away from us.
Your wife likes the latches too.
There are some people on our Facebook page who have lost their snakes for months on end and find them in sofas and things like that. So real simple, you get one of these tubs. Everybody should have a drill at home. You get a 1/4-inch drill bit or so. You punch a few holes in it. I got 4 around and 2 in each end. Pretty simple to do. And as far as the heat goes, switching away from the heat pad because the heat mats, rather, that I had weren't necessarily rated for plastic. So we are dealing with a plastic tub, so we want to be real careful what we use to heat with. So what I switched to, and is actually a lot cheaper and a lot more efficient, is the heat tape. You've caught me here, I've already put it down, but basically it's a completely sealed tape. It's a long strip of plastic. It has 2 copper pieces going down the side, and that copper gets electricity to it and then warms these strips in the middle. It sort of works like your defroster on your car, your rear windshield. So I switched to this. This piece of tape, I got 2 feet of it. It runs about $3 a foot. I got it at PangeaReptiles.com. They will sell you the tape. They will sell you the electrical cord that connects to it. And for another 75 cents, they will make all the connections for you. If you get into this hobby for a long time and do a lot more snakes than I have my 2, you can get brave and connect all the electricity yourself. But for me, the safety of 75 cents is quite good. So that gets sent to you as a whole piece. And then again, it's critical that you get a thermostat. You want to be able to keep those temperature ranges that we talked about. So this is a thermostat I got. I ordered these from Amazon. They were somewhere between $15 and $20. They're on Amazon Prime, so you don't pay any shipping for it. And essentially what we have is we have our cord from our heat tape. It comes off of that, plugs into here. This allows us to digitally set the temperature. It monitors the temperature by this lead that comes off of it, and I've got it already taped down right here, basically in the center of the tape. And for Vincent here, to maintain that 90-degree range, I've set his at 95. You got a little bit of an airspace between the tape and the bottom of the tub. And it all sort of disperses through the plastic, and then depending on the hide you have there, you lose some of your heat. So this usually ends up being set a little bit higher. But it's also recommended that you do monitor your temperatures with some sort of a thermostat. This is a ZoomEd thermostat that I got at PetSmart. Actually was using it to monitor the temperature of my chicks. We do raise chickens. But this will also work the same. It's got a probe. You would just drop it down into the tub. You can then check your hot side and also use it to check your cool side. A lot of people recommend getting a indoor-outdoor thermometer. It's basically a thermometer that comes with 2 leads. So you can put one lead probe in your hot side and one on your cold side, and keep an eye on your temperatures there. So really, between the tub, $12, this tape and the shipping, probably another $12 or so. And I bought a gigantic roll of This is the tape that it's not duct tape that we know, but it is the metal tape that they will use to wrap furnace ductwork and things like that. So it is safe for hot surface. So that's why I used it to attach it to our tabletop here. It is an old aquarium stand, so I know it's going to be real durable for that. And again, as I talked about before, I went away from the bark to the paper towels just because they're inexpensive. And when your snake makes a mess, take it, throw it away, put a new one down. And again, you always want to have a hide for your warm side. These tubes I get from work, they're from industrial strength shrink wrap. I'll get something for the cool side, and I still need to get a water dish for this one. I won't be getting them for a couple days yet anyway. So, but I just wanted to give you an idea. How easy is this? You can run out to, I got the tape sent to me in 2 days, and from Amazon I got my thermostat in a day or so shipping time wise. So here we are, basically all set up, ready for our new snake to come home. But we'll take a quick look over at our buddy Vincent here. You'll see in this shot, my wife is so patiently filming for me. The big question comes up about lighting, because you're going to go to PetSmart and inevitably buy a snake, and they're going to sell you their snake kit, which comes with a dome light. Snakes don't really like direct lighting on top of them. They don't need it for the UVB like you would a lizard. Snakes get all their essential vitamins and calcium from the food they eat, because they eat what once was live or live food is in the mice and rats that we feed them. So you don't need a direct over top shining down on your snake light. A lot of people will tell you the snakes hate it, and if they see you with one on top of your tank, they'll tell you to get rid of it. So what I do, just so I can see my animals, is just keep this light sort of in between them. It's on a timer, so I don't have to run down here every night and shut it off. So I like to have that as my lighting, but you don't need a heat light. Not with these heat strips or the mats, whatever you choose to do. And we can take a look in Vincent's bedding. Of course, he's got clean water. You got to monitor all your temperatures, and you got to monitor your humidity, but get what you can afford. You can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on things to do that. I've got just some of the basic ones in here. Eventually we'll take it step by step and do something a little bit fancier. So let's move the water out. And how easy is it to change Vincent's tank? Let me see, he's got a little bit of skin there, and that is damp. Not damp from him going to the bathroom on it, but damp because his tub is at the right humidity.
Smell your hand.
Huh? I just wanted to make sure it wasn't pee. So we just put a couple pieces of that down. And yeah, he is under a log, and I know some people are going to say, oh, get rid of that log, and I know that's not the best thing, but that's what I had when I got this one set up. So that's his hot side hide, and then he comes over here for the cool side. And we're going to lift up his log and disturb our man. See what kind of mood he is in today. But he is just a normal, and you can kind of see some of the scarring from his past injury, but it is much, much better. He just kind of got a little bit of a line. He was quite a crab while all that was going on. He used to hiss and get a little angry with me. But you can see he's got a little bit of shed still stuck on him from the last one, but he's done much, much better with his sheds. You want to say hi, Vincent? So he's been doing great. Switching over to this setup has really been good for him. So if you're having problems with a snake, you can't keep the temperature right. Whoa, sorry, he's shifted. I thought he was biting me. You're going to get this recommended to you if you're coming from a fish tank setup, to switch to something like this. And again, we get a lot of questions on the Facebook page. And all right, so smart guy, you don't want me to have a fish tank, my snake in a fish tank. How do I set this up? So for less than $50, you can do something like this, and it's really proven to be very healthy for the snakes. Ask any breeder. Granted, they're dealing with thousands and thousands of snakes sometimes. This is what they're going to tell you works. Is it pretty to walk up to and say, "Oh, look at that snake climbing in his natural habitat"? No. Are snakes really all that smart to know the difference? Who knows? We're not real sure about that. But Vincent is much happier and he is much healthier since we've done this for him. So we're going to switch the rest of his stuff around and call this video just about over. I'm going to sit you down there, buddy. He eats great now. He never had a problem eating, but he does eat very well. I do feed him in his enclosure. That is another subject for debate another day. But I reached in and grabbed him and moved him around, and he is not trying to mistake me for food. Again, I don't know, we really know how smart snakes are, what they remember and don't remember. So we'll leave that. Probably was a little bit longer video than I expected, but a lot of good information there. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments made about things I'm doing. Again, I'm new at it, but when the question comes up, how do I set up a tub? You've got at least a little bit better idea of how to do that. We're going to say goodbye to Vincent. He's probably ready to eat. So thanks for watching the video. I hope it helps. I've got some other videos that you see that I've posted more about chickens and things like that. But again, my name is John Dayton, and I shot this video to put up on the Ball Python Lovers Facebook page. So hopefully you'll check it out, and hopefully it helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks.